Jesus. Okay. Let me just set the sides up. RC4. Was it? Hey, who's on Radiant? Who's on Dire? Hey, did they even conflict though? I mean, whatever works for them. I'm not gonna question it. RC4 are on Radiant. So that means USP.
Who's that?
University Scholars Program. This looks like the type of shit like, you know, you with your friends, right? You like have this one lecturer that y'all either really like or think is funny, and then y'all just put there as his photo. Like you go to the school website, you find his photo, and then you just crack the fuck up like that. Just
maybe he used to play Dota, so this
he doesn't look like a Dota player. Okay, if he was a Dota player, what would he play?
Necrophos.
Alright.
That was too easy.
Alright. I was gonna go with I thought he would be like actually I don't know, sir. He looks like he'll be a Death Prophet player. You feel me?
Just going for like
all
dying heroes.
All the like
dying
sickly
heroes.
like Okay, but of course, let's just do a bit of a formal introduction before we talk more shit. Obviously, this is round number 4. It's been a bit of a long day so far, but thank you for sticking with us if you're still around, and thank you for all the support on the stream. And even though you guys are all quietly lurking and just watching your friends get beat up, appreciate you guys being here either way. Sorry there's a 5-minute delay, can't be helped, but I'm sure you guys understand. Of course, we have round number 4 going on. This is match 1 in round 4, so it is RC4 versus University Scholars Program. Now, this is the first time we're going to be featuring USP on stream, so very excited to see what they bring. Obviously, a very good sign that their captain's name is washed up.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother. I actually haven't seen the information about USP, so I'm gonna go look it up. Okay, actually pretty high MMR altogether. Like if their captain is okay, so they have their POS 1 is 5.7k, so pretty high. Their POS 3 is 5.3k, and from there it's a bunch of 4.4, 4.3, and then last but not least their POS 4 I believe is 2k. So pretty diverse. Obviously they haven't been doing. They're 1-1 at the moment, so not the hottest, but not the worst as well.
Seems that one of them has played in ICG before, so a little bit of experience, I guess.
Right, but the thing is, I don't know whether this is indicative of anything, just because of the fact that, like, I don't know whether they were all uniform in answering this question. Like, maybe some of them think ICG doesn't count as competitive.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I didn't bother to like get into that. But we are into the first phase of the draft already, and we're gonna get our first pick. It's gonna be Grimstroke, so maybe a bit of a tribute to Kyoko there. They're gonna pick it up for themselves, because this could be more than likely a support rather than a mid. I'll be surprised if they run it mid, but who knows? RC4, they've been nothing but surprising, so excited to see what they bring.
There's some pretty interesting bands also. Tinker Band, Lion Band.
Yeah, Lion Band is the one that stands out to me a lot, but maybe it's okay, so the thing is, USP, right, they're 2k player. One of his favorite heroes is Lion, right? And the other, like, POS 4, POS 5 player also plays Lion a lot. So this might be sort of just like a band that they want to kind of force the supports onto something a bit less comfortable.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, as for the Tinker, it's not like immediately clear, but I mean Tinker, maybe some teams just have like set heroes they don't want to play against. So it might come in the form of an Oni, it might come in the form of a Meepo or something like that. Or like
I understand the Tinker Band if that's the case. I hate playing against a Tinker.
Yeah, aren't you literally the fellow who just goes into every pub match and bans Tinker?
Hey, guilty as charged, baby. Let's go.
It's not even a bad thing. Why do you sound so guilty? Like, why do you sound like you're admitting to like a little confession? Like, it's not that. It's not like the naughty thing that you think it is, Cherry.
It sounds kind of like, oh, you just insta-ban Tinker. What's wrong with you? I don't want to play against that shit, man.
Yeah, no, I hear you. And they don't either, so they banned it out. Of course, Bane is going to be the first pickup here for USP, though. It's going to be the first time we're seeing Bane on stream. We have seen it banned here and there within the matches that we've watched so far. So maybe we can sort of find out why it's been such a feared hero, right? Because as much as Bane is a very strong hero in competitive, there is also a very huge margin for error in terms of using the sleep, right? Especially if you put it into the hands of a less experienced player, they could mess up a lot of combos. Of course, it seems like for Aloysius here, it's gonna be his Rubik, because this is one of his favorite heroes. I'll be surprised if they swap it around. But I think Michael, whoever he is gonna be the one piloting the Bane.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, pretty good opening supports Rubik Bane, really good control, nice bit of burst damage also with the Brain Sap and Fate Bolt. Rubik's are obviously kind of a counter pick to anything they're thinking of now with Steel. If he steals with the Grimstroke out, that was pretty big. You could potentially get double Bane out. But that's a big if.
Yeah, that's a big if. But I mean, like Rubik just overall pretty solid here. Rubik Bane not really a very strong support combo, leaves a lot of holes in terms of weaknesses. They obviously have a lot of good single target like catch potential, but it's very...
Team fight is lacking.
Yeah, the team fight is lacking. They sort of have a bit of D-push with Rubik. Fate Bolt, but not exactly. If they get run at, it's kind of a disaster. And Grimstroke really can enable that. But of course, all of Grimstroke's spells are very good for Rubik to steal. So I kind of understand it here. Actually, I want to pose you kind of a greater overarching question, okay? I want to know your opinion on the drafting kind of... what was the word? Sequence, right? Because time and time again, what we see is this. Right? This kind of looks like the type of drafting that you'd see in your ranked games, where it's always the two supports you pick first. There's the off lane and the safe lane, or the off lane and the mid, right? And then afterwards, it is like obviously either the mid or the safe lane, depending on who is your strongest player.
10 seconds.
Do you think this is something that, you know, is it weird to you that it's still following this kind of sequence, or do you think it's just natural for them and because, you know, in the higher levels of play, we sometimes see, you know, this, or at least it's not normal to pick both of your supports straight off the bat.
Yeah, I actually hate it. I don't get why there's this pressure to pick both supports first. Because there's so much a support can do if they are a good counter pick. But if you just put them at the start, you know, Rubik and Bane, you just get a decent jump hero with a BKB. What are they gonna do?
Yeah,
if you swap it out for like, I don't know, Avenge could probably initiate first, get that hero out of the way, or even save another hero, and it's like potentially more enabling.
That's true.
Yeah, so I don't really like that people pick supports first, but I do get it because then more priority to the core heroes, but those core heroes better do something, if not it's a waste.
Very, very charged opinion here. Of course, I mean, the other side of the coin is obviously the fact that probably in these higher levels of play, there are mutual heroes that could like have a lot of priority, right? Whereas maybe in some of these smaller tournaments or community tournaments where you're playing in houses with people who, you know, are not necessarily at the professional level, there's a lot more kind of like comfort, right? So like first picking, like even though if both of you are really good at Lion, right? If you first pick like a Lion, it's like, oh, okay, not Lion's a bad example. Like let's say both of you are really good at Ember, right? Like you wouldn't really first pick Ember Spirit. Now someone like Mars, and curiously actually, I'm interested to know, why do you think we've seen a curious absence of Weaver?
Curious absence of Weaver?
Yeah, because Weaver... No, just as a pick overall, because I feel like I don't know, like I don't know, isn't Weaver literally one of the strongest heroes in the entire fucking game right now?
I actually don't know about that, to be honest. I mean, I know that the bugs are really strong, but with this kind of lineup, there's a lot of control for him. So in this current scenario, they might not want to pick him. But I can't really give you a definite answer for the previous game.
Yeah, I mean, they're taking a lot of time with these bans. Actually taking down to very little reserve time. They can't really decide what they want in the second phase, it seems, as they ban out the Queen of Pain, Drow, and now the Monkey King. As for the side of USP though, they are banning out some of the main heroes, so Puck and Void Spirit. even though Slimy Ball didn't have the best showing on it, but it really was more of the fact that in that game against RVRC, right, they just kind of got smashed. I don't really think it was Slimy Ball's fault per se. I mean, near the end of the, I guess, the game, it kind of felt like maybe he was a bit tilted, but obviously that's just my own kind of take on it. It looked like he was just like, I'm done with this, let's go next, right? And
yeah, I saw that. He at one point he dived into like 3 heroes and he popped out right in the middle. Yeah, it seemed a bit odd, but I guess that game was kind of over at that point anyway, so it didn't really matter that much. But for this game, I mean, it's pretty big core bands: MK, Dro, Void, Medusa.
10 seconds.
yeah, very heavy emphasis, huh? Like it kind of feels like it's
5
telegraphed.
seconds. Hurry,
I don't know, like do you feel like maybe these are like signature heroes of some sort?
Radiant team.
Might be. It could also just be.
Oh, there's the
my
OD.
God.
And we got chat message here. Shout out to not Kanka Spammer 69 because he literally put in chat, let's go Muhammad Excel Muslim from University Scholars Program. I don't know if I should time him out for that, but I'm just gonna allow this one for now. And it is actually gonna be Excel. The only person who submitted his in-game name, so we know it's the mid laner. This could be a mid lane OD.
What a message.
Dude, I don't know if I should be timing you guys out, yeah.
I think it's alright. It's a little bit of banter. I mean, it's a relatively small event.
A
So
lot of Excel fans.
yeah, it's probably just jokes. So I think it's good.
Eh? Hello? Eh, Tommy's in chat.
Yeah, if you wants to watch some of this shit.
Aye.
Shit.
He's very popular, I understand. He taught me how to play. Dude, a lot of Excel fans in chat. Kind of funny actually. Are you seeing this by the way?
Yeah, I see. Well,
Yes.
let's go back to the draft for a second.
Okay,
Maybe
sorry,
we can
getting a
go
bit
ahead
carried
and
away.
Yeah,
What?
I think
Wait, what is
Necro
this
Dragon Knight-
shit, dude? Okay, I mean, okay, so Necrophos is a hero that got him chest plate just now, right? It ended up really, really well for him. Even though he suffered a bit in the early stages of the game, he managed to come back and make the moves count, and they really knew how to play against the Reaper Scythe. Now, here's the weird part to me. Why would you pick a Necro against a OD?
Just out the OD lah. Don't do lah. What?
Oh, sorry, I knew.
Don't let me catch you, I tell you.
Oh, sorry, yeah, he got me actually. He caught me lacking a little. But Necro Dragon Knight is a bit of a weird little draft. What do you think they're trying to achieve with this?
I think it's just single target, right? Just double Dragon Tail, double out from Necro with the Green Stroke.
Wait, is it? Please tell me this is not misclick because I really want to see some Venomancer action. If it's a misclick, I'll be damn sad, yeah.
I think that's on purpose. I think that's a huge pick actually against DK Necro and Ogre. Oh
Yeah,
man.
dude, this is such a disgusting Venomancer game. Like, it just doesn't feel good to go on him and use spells on him. But like, you're gonna take out and the percentage HP damage is really gonna ruin the day of Dragon Knight and Necrophos who all want to sustain up and heal up, right?
Yeah, and he can kind of fight an Ogre as in the lanes. I mean, not the best, but he can definitely put up some hands, if you will.
Yeah. And Ogre is like, it's always this age-old Ogre dilemma because every time I pick Ogre, right, I ask myself whether I can beat them up or whether they're gonna beat me up. With Veno, it's always a mixed bag because you need to know what your safe laner is. Of course, we have the last pick for that, but also we can't rule out the chance that it might be a Veno mid and OD off lane. So I have no idea.
5
Scared.
seconds. Hurry.
Yeah, I'm really curious what's their last pick gonna be. Very little time left.
They decided to ban out the Ursa, which I think would have really rigged this DK and Necro a new one. And doesn't care about Ogre and Grimstroke either.
Yeah.
Right now you kind of... It's a bit of a weird draft from USP actually. Okay, question. Jerry, do you think you need to be an intelligent person to be good at Dota?
Hurry.
intelligent person to be good at Dota. I don't. I don't think so. I think you just need a decent imagination.
A decent imagination. Could you explain?
I mean, okay. First, you just gotta know what the items do and what the heroes do. And from there, it's all imagination. How do I combine these heroes together? How do I combine these items? And that's how you play the game, right? I mean, there's the technical parts where it's like, oh, where should I ward? Where should I, like, right now, am I strong enough? What item should I get next? But I think hero combinations are a lot stronger. So I think imagination is much more important.
Okay, I mean, this definitely is not something I could have imagined though. Luna is the last pick. Feels like they're going for a hardcore death ball draft from the side of RC4, and okay, so you can. What the hell is going on? Okay, so on one hand, okay, let's take it slowly, okay? On one hand, you see my one hand. The one hand is that RC4 have this disgusting and absolutely disgusting death ball draft, right? They can just run at you, and it's so kiteable. Like you have a Veno, you have a Rubik, can just toss out your spells right back at you. But Lifestealer. Okay, so Lifestealer is pretty decent because like you can 1v1 against Luna, the Lifestealer always wins, right? You don't actually get outpaced by the Luna. You have your early timing as well with the armlet, and you can keep up because Luna is this core that can just kind of outpace a lot of other carries, right? But Lifestealer is not one of them. Now, if you get caught out by a single Dragon Knight or Ogre stun and then proceed to get silenced, a Manta doesn't get away the ghost. You can't rage when you're silenced as well. So it's gonna provide a bit of a dicey situation for this Lifestealer, but I mean, they're probably better at Dota than I am. I wouldn't know for sure, but we'll find out in this game, of course, as the GLHFs come out, as we are into round number 4 of NUS ICG day number 1. Of course, you are here with me, Permasneeze. You can also Mike, I guess, I don't know, and Jerry, as he would like to be called.
Yeah, don't call me anything else. Don't let me fucking catch you, I tell you.
Kiritako just called you I'm Jeremiah's friend, so he just called you something else. Don't know what you're gonna do
Oh
to him.
my god.
Good luck
I'm
with
getting doxxed. I'm getting doxxed IRL. This is not fun, man.
Okay, so let's introduce both sides, of course. For both of these teams, they've already played their fair share of Dota today. In fact, if we take a look at the standings, RC4 have played 3 games. This is going to be their 4th. They are currently at a 2-1 win-loss kind of score. So we're going to have to see whether they can make it 3. As for USP, they have 1-1. So they're going to try and put one, kind of make a bit of a net difference on the board, whether it's good or bad here. And on the side of RC4, we have Slimy Ball playing the Luna in what I assume is gonna be the position 1. Boo Boo playing the Grim Stroke. I don't know whether it's a pos 5 or pos 4. Of course, it's interchangeable at the moment. Ogre played by Hello, I'm from RC4. Of course, this was the player that was playing quite a bit of carry in the earlier matches that we watched. Gotham Chess reprising his role as this Necro. Actually gets outclicked by Excel from Excel, the man who can have 3 girlfriends, play guitar, and play the mid lane. But Rip Rat Trip Trappin' getting beat the hell up, finished off by the Stroke of Fate. And Boo Boo gonna pick that up. Sorry?
Oh, right at the tip of the dick.
Okay, calm it down a little bit. Okay, yeah, and last but not least, we have Illusion, who is a player we haven't seen just yet, playing the Dragon Knight mid. Would you like to introduce the side of USP?
Nah.
Alright, I'll do it. Excel is gonna play this OD mid, a man with many fans and a lot to prove if he's gonna come here and just kind of, you know, flex his girlfriends and guitar playing skills. He's on that OD mid. Ill Eagle on the Bane. Rip Rat Trip Trapping, not off to the best start, but still on this Lifestealer, gonna try and make a vengeance. And washed up on this Venomancer, and last but not least, Vapture, whatever the hell that means, on this Rubik.
Rapture.
What is Vapture?
No clue. Stop there commenting.
Anyways, God of Banks asks, Mr. Casters, what do you think of the Necro pick versus Bane and OD? To that I say it's shit. But anyways, I already said it. What do you think, Jerry?
I think it's just an idea, that imagination going crazy, if you will. Like, we got this game show. May as well make the most out of this single target. Just go for a necro. And I don't think it's that bad,
Mm-hmm.
but we'll have to see.
Generic useless comment as Slimy Ball gets
Yeah,
gone on
yeah,
right
yeah.
now. Actually becoming quite a Slimy Ball with all this poison tagged up to him. But Boo Boo, can he come in and save his carry? Absolutely not. Misses the stroke of fate and doesn't even get the deny. I mean, there is one rule as position 5. You literally never leave the lane, and he just did that. So his Luna dies for it. If this was a good man by the name of Freakanathan Srinivasan that we know very well, he would be pinging and sighing profusely.
Yeah. Hey, you gotta cut your losses, man. You block the hard camp, he's gonna die for the squad.
Vibes.
That's pretty good, hey.
Boo Boo. Okay, no, not dying at the moment. Washed up. Gonna open the tree line just to give him a few more love taps in the backside, but other than that, not that big of a deal.
We saw tap my ass with love.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit.
Okay, so mid lane, it's gonna be an even farm fest, right? But I kind of feel like this favors the OD because I feel like we've seen a Dragon Knight already, and a lot of times the Dragon Knight really excels when he kind of doesn't need to care about anything. But Excel here is gonna, in turn, excel by just being left alone and getting that Meteor Hammer at a ridiculous time.
It's a typical OD mid kind of build. A little stupid, you know, as our boy likes to say, bring back the old OD. You know, when he could man fight without having to rely on these gimmicks.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully not. I just hate OD. So I just hope this hero goes back into the dumpster come the next patch. But it's still gonna be a while, so we're gonna have to see this disgusting fella mid with the Meteor Hammer. Yeah, Illusion just copying quite a bit of damage, but nothing much you can do about that. Top lane though, we did manage to watch it quite a bit, but you know, both these strong supports just gonna be trading away in lane. Meanwhile though, Lifestealer hitting up onto Gotham Chest. What was the matchup that he was playing? He was playing against... Was he playing against another Lifestealer? No, it was Monkey King, right? I think it was Monkey King.
I have no clue, man. I wasn't watching that game.
You are so helpful. You have said nothing but helpful things this time. As a Slimy Ball getting gone on again, Boo Boo with the magic damage back, but here comes the lift. Can he get the deny of Boo Boo trying to do what he can? But literally, he does nothing instead. And now... Okay, just some friendly bans out to Boo Boo because he's the only person who introduced himself, so I feel like he's actually human, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know the vibes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Boo Boo suffering a little bit. Grimstroke 4, I guess that it makes sense because if the Ogre came bot, he would just suffer even harder, right?
Oh, his tango is about to expire the Luna. Oh, feels bad.
Ooh.
Honestly, I think he just rushes the Morbid Mask.
And goes jungle.
Just go jungle as fast as you can.
But I argue, I mean, okay, so this is one of the biggest fears, right, for me, is like this Veno was a really cool pick because they actually like the side of the entire, okay wait, I didn't actually put their name up, sorry about that. Okay, there you go. The entire side of RC4, they're playing a very static draft, which means that who's gonna come and gang this Veno?
Yeah, they don't really have a good. I mean, what does DK do? He doesn't do anything.
Okay,
He
so
just
the
hopes
only
to run him down.
So as we know, we've already watched a couple of RC4 games, right? And at the 6-minute mark, as we well know, that is when Slimy Ball is gonna get a haste rune and run somewhere. Now he's not mid anymore, so I don't know how effective that will be, but all things go according. You know what I mean? That he's the resident rune spawner, so I think he has a job to fill, and even if he's on Luna, he kind of has to put the big boy pants on and do it for the squad. But yeah, like you said, he's rushing the Morbid Mask, trying to get to that Mask of Madness early and just get away to the jungle. But like, it never feels good to give a Venomancer this much space. Like, how you deal with a Veno is like, you just starve him out in the early stage. Like, keep throwing spells on him, harass him out of lane, and then he can't be this pest that he really wants to be in this lane, right? Because if you just let him get those high levels into wards, that's where things get really, really sticky.
But how are they gonna do that though? In this kind of lane, it's a Luna with a Grimstroke. It's really hard to run on them.
Yeah, like they don't have any way, right? Really.
Yeah, there's no way. I think really best case is just defend the tower with Grimstroke.
Boo Boo being lifted up now. Inkswell is gonna make you move a bit faster, but not much of a difference when you're getting slowed up by so many sources of poison. Nice little TP away from Vector, but the TP in response from RC4. Gonna be able to clean him up, and this is the rundown that we've been waiting for. Here comes the pings and the Bloodlust. If they could get this Venom, it would be huge, but he still has a lot of resources to work with. Has another Venomous Gale out as well, gonna toss it out, and now Slimy Ball in a bit of trouble. Earn out, the damage is there. Meanwhile, off screen, USP XL actually gets a kill, but Slimy Ball falling low again. That's your position 1 down, and now Washed Up, he's turning to look at the Ogre. The Ogre, not one to be looked at, just gonna walk the hell away, and Washed Up, he's gonna get out of that scot-free. And oh no, don't tell me.
Oh, it's Morbid Vaso, the courier died.
No, not like this. It's not
Can't
going
even
well.
use a lane.
This is not the 6-minute power spike you were talking about, baby. That is not fun.
I feel that. I feel that. Oh my god, that hurts me in right in my. Was it the chin chin? Is that? Wait,
What the hell are you talking about?
What's the Japanese word for heart? It's not chin 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 chin, it's penis.
Okay, yo. Calm it the fuck down. Yo, chill out. Can you start saying useful things instead of things that might get me banned?
Dude, I got nothing to say.
Okay, wait. I need to ask a question. I think just now in the draft, right, as we see some action by Brew, I have to hold on this question as Washed Up. He's starting to put the wards forward. Illegal, posturing far forward, now getting silenced up and stunned, surrounded on all sides. And this Bane more than likely gonna fall. Can he get the Brain Set off? Oh, not gonna need it. They're gonna reveal their vision there, but here comes Gotham Chest with the Scythe and gonna pick off this Bane. I mean, that's not exactly the hero you want to use your first Scythe on, but they'll take it, right? Like this is the biggest gank that's gonna happen the entire early stage of the game. But one thing I wanted to ask you is, we were both kind of scratching our heads about this Lifestealer pick, right? We didn't really feel like it makes a lot of sense in a certain way where it matches against a Luna very well, and the DK can't really touch it, but we were worried about the early game, and he's kind of done pretty well for himself despite it, and the early death as well, still sitting pretty in terms of last hits. We take a look at the net worth real quick. Sitting at the top of the charts, unsurprisingly, is Washed Up. He's just had a free reign of this bot lane. They're gonna opt to put Gotham Chest here instead, to try and soak up this pressure.
Now is actually a really good timing for USP. They have their Meteor Hammer and OD, and most of their heroes are level 6 or about to turn level 6. So their power spike is going to be pretty big.
Okay, so I kind of like this approach from USP, right? Because they understand their Venom is really strong with the Spirit Vessel, and they're trying to play around him as much as possible. But it kind of feels like with a Rubik, like Bane, right? They need to be so careful because honestly, even if you sleep someone, what are you really setting up for? If they bring the numbers here, you can still very easily get run down on this Venom. So I don't really know what the plan is. They're just all kind of standing around wasting quite a bit of time, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, but it's time away from the Lifestealer, and he's really making the most out of that time. He almost has an armlet already.
That's true.
I mean, compared to this Luna, all she has is a Master Madness, but then again, she doesn't need much to snowball. She has these Glaze maxed out already. So she's gonna come back very soon, I think.
Oh, here comes XL with the Meteor Hammer. They got the catch on the Boo Boo, and the poor little Grimstroke, level 4, isn't gonna stay alive for much longer. They see Gotham Chest though, and they have the Spirit Vessel out onto him. Where are the slows? Here is the Banish, doesn't have the Meteor Hammer to work with, but Sanity's Eclipse and the Fate Bolt coming off cooldown. They have more than enough damage. Oh, a bit of an ambitious Scythe. He's gonna fall for that. I mean, not that it would have gotten out either way, but it's an illegal double kill. Meanwhile though, How does that? How does that happen? I guess she just got run down while maybe she wasn't aware, right? Like maybe like the Infest roll up on her, hit her with the Goof. I still don't really see it, but that's kind of a huge kill for Rip Rat because he's not been. I mean, he's like you say, he's making the most out of the space, and the Luna, even though she's ramping up, just dies solo to the Lifestealer.
Yeah, I think it was probably just one of those infest into the creeps, wait for him to hit the creeps and then just burst out beam to death. I think he'll just misplay from the.
Here comes Illusion though, the Rage not in time, and here comes the Silence. This is the tough part about playing the TP and the toggle. He gets it out. What nice recognition from that Lifestealer. What the heck? I mean, when you can play Lifestealer like that, I understand why you have confidence picking it. They're gonna posture for some pressure onto the tower, but That was a nice little escape there. And now Luna, it could be not over just yet. Has the move speed to get out though. Wait, why do you turn around, my friend? Why do you turn around, slimy ball? Gonna get Meteor hammered up and knocked down. They even steal the Lucent Beam for their trouble. And wait, the broom handle, amigo.
Handle with a low camp. Oh no.
Oh, not like that. They miss it. But I mean,
break anyone's mental right there. Oh,
yeah, I mean, I don't know. XL, he's just starting to kind of roll all over them. This OD, like we said, right? Like this OD is such an oppressive hero, and a lot of the times what you do with OD is you run at him, but they don't have a draft that's so good at running at him. Here's a Fiend Scrape in the top lane. USP, they've shown up in full force, and RC4, they're starting to crumble a bit here. Gotham is trying to run, but XL's hot on his heels. Has the vision, trying to loop around the corner. Can he get into the fog? Absolutely not. Has the Meteor Hammer as well, channeling it up. This is more than likely going to be Gotham to fall as well, and the sanity's dropped for that. They want this Necro out of here, and they want pressure to the top tower. Washed up. And XL just making moves all across the map, and these are usually heroes who you would think are very static, but compared to like a Necro, DK, and like a Luna, they're the ones who are just running all over the place and getting so many kills.
Yeah, this looks like a RC4 game actually, where they just run as 4 and just kill everything.
Oh, RC4 cancelling. Oh, hello, I'm from RC4 cancelling the TP just to stun Rip Rap trip trapping. But now they want to get this kill onto the Lifestealer, but opts to run the other way and infest out. Nice little recognition from him once again from this player. But he spots out the stacks. Here comes the Venom ultimate though, gets him to 2. Illegal sleeps himself, keeping himself alive for now. The Imprisoned as well. But it's gonna pop that Inkswell. Finishes him off. The Meteor Hammer slightly off the mark, but here comes the Troll Creep with the Net Illusion. And a bit of trouble, and Rip Rap Chip Trapping. He's here to beat them the fuck up. The Ogre who stunned him gets his revenge. And they're not done just yet. XL wants to find more. Gets the Astral Imprisonment. Where is the backup? Washed up. Coming forward with his Venomous Gale. And gonna attack him with the Spirit Vessel as well. Oh, the Scythe though, not nearly enough damage. But there's the Stroke of Fate. Washed up. Gonna be taken down. So very nicely done. A turnaround kill. Doesn't get the Reaper Scythe bonus death timer. But this is starting to crumble. Like we said, 5k gold lead already at 13 minutes in. And Rip Rap Trip Trapping. This is supposed to be for the Luna. I feel... This Lifestealer's just getting away with murder, honestly.
This sucks. I don't know what else to say. This just sucks, dude. This is really a mind-breaking game if I've seen one. Nothing you're doing is working out for you. Lanes didn't go well. Trying to come back with farm also not gonna go well.
And I think this really has got to hurt for the side of RC4, right? Because I feel like they had pretty... I mean, okay, so they beat Tembusu, but it was such a painful grind, right? And then prior to that, they got slapped by RBRC so hard. So honestly, I don't know whether the adjustment of players helped them or not, but it's very clear that, you know, they're kind of... The way they're playing, it's like... if I was playing this game, I'd be so sad.
Oh shit, the Smoke Gang coming bottom. They're looking for his Luna again, it seems.
Yeah, Slimy Ball gonna try and get out of that situation, and the move speed is there. Manages to get out in time. USP can't really get their hands on her, but oh, if she walks around to farm this camp, they spot her.
No.
Here comes XL, no! Slightly fogged. Thank God it just turned nighttime. The bonus vision from the Luna blessing actually saving him there. And the OD is so farmed. Look at him, he even has Midas, but the most farmed of all is this Venomancer, already working his way towards that Kaya Sanj. Just an absolute menace of a hero.
Kaya Sanj, just kind of surprising. What do you think about that?
I don't mind it because he's like honestly beasting it up so hard, right? The only thing that kills him is the magic damage, and like maybe something like a pipe or a Eternal Shroud would have been cool. But I mean, this is just the chat build, right? Like you're just trying to get tanky and trying to do more damage. I don't mind it too much. Here comes Rip Rap. Here comes Rip Rap though. He's in the mid lane. But Illusion and Gotham, they see them and okay, now setting up. They see the Ogre, the stun up onto XL. He's in a bit of a rough spot here, but immediately the cancels. They can't actually set up in this bot side with Washed Up just pumping away with those wards. They're trying to find Boo Boo in the trees. They know he's here. They saw the Stroke of Fate, but a nice Tumbler's Toy out of dodge. And he's gonna stay alive for now, but look at how small this map is for the side of RC4. They can't actually do anything. As a tier 4, 16 minutes in, how do you play this game?
I don't think they can do anything, to be honest. Because unlike the last game where they had a Mars and these big team fight heroes, they don't really have this.
Uh-oh, who have they caught here? I don't really know for sure, but got him chest. The ghost shot's just gonna increase the damage dealt to you. Rage is there, and the hits. XL cleans it up.
Yeah, they don't have these big team fight heroes on the side of RC4, so I don't know how they're gonna stall the game.
Yeah, I have no clue either. It just is starting to look kind of like they're falling apart here. And I mean, Slimy Ball trying to do what he can to farm the other side of the map, but I mean, nice little ward set up for him, so he's gonna be protected for now. But Illusion not having a game at all, had to rush that Blink Dagger, but hasn't been able to find much action from it. The two supports as well, like this Ogre and Grimstroke, the first two did, but it kind of seems like it would have worked for the Death Ball if their lanes didn't go so horrendously. Like, even as a Death Ball, they could get picked apart so easily. Oh, a ward? I think they spotted that one. Okay. I mean, they're posturing around here. They're trying to get washed up, set up with the wards. But, I mean, they're looking towards the other outer towers, right? They already got the bot one. I heard a Dragon Form. They found the XL. This could be a huge kill. They get it. That's the OD, and the Chain Stun is there. Muhammad XL, a bit too far forward. And now Gotham Chess wants to chase for more Illusion. Wants to get that Blink stun off, but here comes the smoke. I think they saw that though because they have a ward, right? But I'm not entirely sure. They're still trying to chase for more, but they have to run through a sea of wards. And they're gonna think better of it. Illusion still has the Blink now. Could go on this Veno if he's not careful. They're pinging him out. Here comes the Inkswell. Veno, can you get out of that situation? Oh, Illusion, he's tagged up by the wards. And he can't actually get a grasp on him, and now here's... Oh no, Gotham Chess, he's slowed to a crawl. Illusion as well keeps getting his Blink cancelled by the wards, and you can't go on this, like... What do you do? Like...
They just hope that they run it down mid. Like, that kill on that OD was probably the best scenario. He just runs into 2 or 3 of you. I don't know what else they can do. They can't really reposition an enemy into their favor that easily. So, yeah, it's just hope that they drop their keyboard and run at you.
Yeah, you're gonna need like my sister was playing with her toe situation to really come back from this one. Of course, not counting RC4 out, they have been part of many nail-biting games so far, right? But I just don't know if they can pull this one back, because they're gonna need some insane Reaper size from Gotham Chess here to really kind of claw it back. That first kill on the OD was good to start, but they're gonna need a lot more. But I don't know how much time they have, as their tier 2 towers are just taking a tumble.
Yeah, but okay, Luna's getting a bit of farm. First item after Mars is going to be a BKB, which is a bit... I don't know how to feel about that. I guess it's not too bad, but you don't have much damage without your out to help, so...
I feel like this is so painful, right? Because we've seen RC4 like really pop off in the games, right? Like in the games where they play so closely, but like it feels so... Like it feels like there's a bit of a lack of spirit here. Like I don't really know what they can do. It feels like they don't know what they can do either, and they're just... This feels like one of those pub games where you're just sort of waiting to lose.
Yeah, definitely does feel like that. Hopefully they can get a good combination of the Soul Bind from Grimstroke. Maybe kill 2 heroes quickly, but that's a bit wishful thinking, I think.
Okay, so Gotham Chess once again, he's going for that Lotus Orb, right? So I think... I don't know, I think it's a good item against the Bane. I think it's good against the Rubik as well. And it's a nice little dispel, right? But it doesn't really solve your problem of just being overrun by the overwhelming amount of damage from the side of USP. Of course, I don't know what USP can do. Or at least I don't know what would solve the problem of USP at this point. Yeah. Setting up for a smoke here, but it might be a bit obvious seeing that there's literally no one pushing the waves. They gotta show the Luna, Slimy Ball. Just laying the bait here. The line is drawn, Illusion, he wants to go forward. The scan is out. Waves though. They should know this roach is happening, but the smoke is gonna pop and they're gonna see the entire team. And it's too little too late. XL already grabs it. They need to make a decision now if they want to show. But here comes XL. The smoke pops. Could get a pick of the Gotham Chess here if he's not careful, and the Astro Imprisonment is out. What is the move here? They opt to just kind of let him go. Show some mercy.
If only they knew there was just the 2 of them, they could have gotten so much from that actually. It was just the OD and Rubik chasing them down. Everyone else was in the jungle or top lane. if they get a good Soba, they probably could kill both of them and maybe made it out before the rest of the team can come. But it is what it is.
It's one of those games where you're just scratching your head, you don't really know what to do, and I mean, even as casters, as much as we can try and kind of, I guess, make this game out to have a chance, it doesn't really look like it. Of course, I don't want to doubt the side of RC4. They have a lot of high ground defense and a lot of wave clear between the Grimstroke and the Necro, as well as the Ogre buffing up the towers. But just take a look at the win percentage, it's only less than 10%. Of course, they could still get a really big kill with this Reaper Scythe, which could turn things around. But
yeah, Luna is BKB now and she's got a Skadi queued up. I'm not too sure about a Skadi pick actually. I think maybe a Aghanims would be better, but again, that's relying on your out, and I don't know if that's what they want to do. Maybe that's why she's taking a Skadi.
Oh wait, what is this item build? He's actually queuing up the Infest Aghanim Scepter.
Ooh, Juggernaut cosplay.
What is this shit, dude? Like, I have no idea what that is about, but I mean, washed up, he has the shard in his backpack, hasn't shipped it out for a bit, but has the Kaya and Sanj to work with, so yeah, really nice little situation for this Veno. He's so strong right now. A lot of the times this Veno, you're forced to go active items, right? I'm a huge Veno enjoyer myself, and yeah, like a lot of the times you're forced to go active items, right? Because if not, you get silent start, you get slowed, you need force stuff to get out of weird situations. But this is like a Venomancer's dream come true. Like, you literally don't care about anything they can do. You just stand there, you do your damage, you put down wards, and you spit at them. And it's just vibes.
Nothing else, just vibes.
Yeah.
You got a scented candle burning in the corner.
Just soaking in the bath, just like feet up in the air, a nice little cup of tea. Perhaps a novel by John Green as well.
Ah shit.
That's the
Four
full
Last Stars. Is that him?
No. That's too mainstream. Gotta go with a bit more. Gotta give a bit more underground stuff, like Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets or some shit. I don't fucking.
Ah shit.
Don't know if you heard of. Don't know if you heard of that one actually. That's a bit of a rare. Oh. Okay, they get the stun out to wash up. If they could burst down this Veno before he uses any spells, and out comes the Poisonous Gale. It's a ticking time bomb before they die. Look at Illusion. That's a Dragon Knight we're talking about. He's gonna melt off the face of this earth. Just when he was the one who was supposed to start burning them down. Washed Up turns it on its head. And now USP, they're looking towards the mid. No fear whatsoever. They didn't even need their OD for that. Working on that BKB, but might not even live to need it. Luna trying to do her damnness to push this tower, but already set up in the trees. Is washed up. He's scared of the Eclipse though, so he's trying to be a little careful. They know she has BKB, but here comes the grip from like the tree line, very nicely set up from them, and the patience pays off. They know that there's a BKB, so they wait for the only ability that can mess with her through it. And they get the big kill on the Luna, delaying the progression even more. And they get away with the mid-racks as well. Still with OD and the Aegis up, 1 minute, what can he do with it? I don't know how important it is though. 15k gold up at 25 minutes in. 6 to 19, this is not looking too hot.
Indeed.
Oh my gosh, and he actually goes for the Aghanims on Rip Rap Trip Trapping. Is that even good? I don't even know what that does. Allows infesting of enemy heroes for 5 seconds, disarming them and attacking their insides. Doubling Life Stealer's reject. What in the hell? Okay, wait, a Soulbind though. They've called out Excel, but he has the Aegis and the BKB. He's gonna lose his first life for now. But Illusion and the boy is gonna have to run away from this situation. They don't want to tempt fate. Excel trying to find what he can, but that's just gonna be an Aegis drop for now. Ooh, a nice little bait from Gotham. Living up to his name a slight bit. But it might be him who's gotten baited instead. Excel with the BKB out onto Illusion, and this poor little Dragon Knight, nothing to work with. Rip Rap Trip Trapping. I believe he infested the Grimstroke and killed him. But oh, the Scythe and the Loosened Beams from the Eclipse clean up the Life Stealer. Now BKB from Slimy Ball. Can they turn it around? The stuns are there. And this is what we wanted to see. RC4, they're down but not out yet. Illusion has the stun to work with. Finishes off Excel. And those are two of the biggest callers on the side of USP down. Might have to put a bit more respect on RC4's name. They can't get away with these clowny item builds. They punish them severely for it. And I mean, even though the net worth's still sitting pretty in terms of USP, being on top. Those are huge kills for the side of for the side of RC4, of course.
That was a huge fight for them. That starting with the Grimstroke out, bursting the OD down, getting rid of his Aegis quickly. That was a really good start. And then beating him again with the Lotus Orb. Oh.
Yeah,
well
I think
executed.
it kind of looked like a bit of a like it was so telegraphed, right? Like you had to have seen it coming, but XL falls for it. Maybe thought that he could kind of have the last laugh, but ends up turning on its head. And at this point, the OD, even though he's very strong, he needs to be so careful once his BKB expires, right? Like we saw the lifestealer as well going a bit too far forward with that invest for a Grimstroke kill, and ends up being picked off. So not really the best look, but.
Yeah, but this much needed space for RC4. She's gonna get Skadi on the Luna still. I still don't know how I feel about it.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it because I feel like it's the thing that can help you cut through this lifestealer.
Fair enough. A bit of stats, a little bit of damage, and the control.
Mm-hmm.
I guess yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah, I like it quite a bit. And also, important thing to note is the fact that this Lifestealer, on paper, Lifestealer is a really good matchup against Luna, right? But when you go for stuff like the Aghanim Scepter, you kind of negate one whole item and you put Luna back on track to outpace you. You know what I mean? Which is exactly where Luna wants to be. Like in around 1.2k gold, she's gonna have this Skadi, and Lifestealer is gonna still be halfway or like maybe almost through his BKB, but at that point, even though you can negate the Eclipse damage, you're just gonna start to get chunked down by the Skadi, right?
I guess so, but I guess maybe what he's trying to go for is if he rages first, and then once the rage is over, he outs into someone, and when he comes back out, he has rage again. I think that's the idea, and considering how much magic damage and control that RC4 has, that isn't a terrible idea, but you know, yeah, you can't man fight with Luna if once she starts getting her items. It's really difficult.
Yeah. Actually, washed up, right? You know, we were questioning the Kaya Sanj a little bit. I am starting to reach the point where, you know, if you're buying Kaya Sanj, right, you want to be in the thick of things, you want to be at the front of the fights. But with the way he's sort of played, and it's not bad play, but like maybe something like an active item, like maybe even a Lotus Orb would be so good for his team, right? If you think about it, like, can really deny so many of the spells being thrown out onto XL that's giving him so much grief. I think washed up, I mean, he's playing a lot for himself, which is fine and all, but I mean, the Venom's not going to be the one who wins you the game. The Venom's not going to be the one who takes down this Luna, right? You need your OD and your Lifestealer. Those are your hard hitters to do the job, and like your wards, they're not going to cut it, you know, in terms of pushing.
Yeah, I thought maybe an Ethos would have been better as well, just extra control, but he's still going for these passive items, getting Aghanim's next, which isn't the worst, but
I don't mind the Aghanims. I don't mind the Aghanims.
It's just more of the same because you're doing the same thing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a good point, actually. Just want to say that Tommy says, please make Jerry say more insightful comments. I think that was pretty insightful, the part about the Aghanims, but keep it up. Smile. You look at this nice little loop of sentries in this area.
Goodness. What?
Gracious.
Look like a little bit of penis.
Alright. Looking a little phallic if you ask me. Okay, anyways. Important bit though, Washed Up is smoked up in this mid lane. They know the illusion is around the corner. And they spot out Gotham as well. They're trying to hide away, but Washed Up needs to be careful. Oh, gets it onto 3! And the ult as well, but he has to be so careful. Here comes the Reaper side. They finish off Washed Up, but that's exactly what you want from your Venomancer. Just tag on everybody, and where can you go? XL, meanwhile, finishes off Illusion, and they get the Dragon Knight as well as the Grimstroke. Here comes the Lifestealer Infest, hitting away and doing the damage. The BKB forward from XL, blink forward as well, and here comes Slimy Ball with the damage. Has the Skadi completed, starting to rip into Rip Wrap here, and he has to be so careful, has the Rage. And is able to walk away from that, but that Luna is starting to become a real force to be reckoned with. Slimy Ball, you were questioning this Skadi, but I feel like this might just be what she needs.
Yeah, it's definitely helping to kite the Lifestealer, and I think what I said with the Lifestealer Aghanims, I think that was the idea he was going for. The moment his rage ended, he immediately outturned to the Necro. It seems like a decent strat, but I think it wasn't the best early game item. But I think it can only get better from here, right?
I think so too.
Getting a BKB after a while, he really doesn't want them to use any spells.
I think this is where it's starting to stabilize a little bit, right? Like I think that like with these big high impact like Reaper Scythe kills, even though it's exactly how, you know, on paper USP really want this fight to play out, they want their Venom to be the one who gets gone on, right? Because if he just gets all his spells off, it doesn't really matter whether he lives or dies, right? Of course it's nice to have him around continuing to do that damage, but that's what the rest of your calls are for. Of course, USP though, they're waiting around for the Roche that's gonna respawn in 3 seconds. Excel's gonna spot this out, and they're more than likely gonna start it immediately. Oh no, oh my.
What?
You gotta be fucking kidding me. Excel walks out of the pit the moment Roche spawns, but thank God he walks back in. And he's gonna see that. That was so, like, I was like, yo, he's gonna see it for sure, right? And it's almost like as a taunt to me, he just walks out. But OD's so good at taking Roche because they reverted the Arcane Bolt, Arcane Orb change. And now he can just do so much damage to it as we see it get completely disintegrated. The rest of the side of RC4 just need to cover in their base.
I just want to point out something real quick. You know, there's a fight near your base. First thing you should do is probably put a sentry down. My boys, come on.
Come on, this is some basic stuff, man.
Come on.
He has 5, he has 6 in his inventory. RC4, please. But amigo, you're gonna. No, wait, this guy is trolling, right? Okay, wait, he has it. Maybe he's just scared he's gonna die, right, if he walks up there.
No, he's gonna put it out in front of the tower. He's not gonna put it to the side.
Oh no.
His Grimshock has 2 as well.
Oh, what are they doing? They need to make their own penis in the triangle to make up for their... Okay, they're gonna... Slimy Ball though. Starting to hit out, but they can just repeat this little tease, right? Just go onto high ground, press the rage, hit the tower a couple times, and then retreat. They can keep this up for very long. And the Dragon form already popped quite early from Illusion, so they can just wait for this to time out, and that's a huge component of the Dragon Knight's fight not able to, you know, contribute. But it's actually waiting on the BKB. Now Riprat taking quite a bit of damage. This is Skadi coming to play, and the Infest out onto Washed Up. Started to regen up.
Nice stealer BKB. Wow,
huh?
Really,
ooh, yeah, that's
not
smart.
letting them take anything.
Yeah, but actually Infest cooldown reduces so much with this Aghanims. We were laughing at it a bit, but it's actually doing quite a bit of work in terms of keeping him sustained in these fights, right? Because he's not really hitting a lot of heroes, or not allowed to, and he's getting chipped away, right? Oh, he gets forced forward, but a nice little rage to prevent it. And once again, has the Infest available, so he can just get out of this situation again. Silenced up though, the Mindbreaker, USB washed up. Gonna get gone on here, but the Infest back into this lifesteal, or the creep rather, pops out the BKB, ready to fight. Sanity's Eclipse on their head, and that is Slimy Ball down. Boo Boo next to follow, that's a double kill. You're buying back on your Luna, but there's no one else to help. Illusion forced to run away, and here comes Slimy Ball. He stares the BKB and Eclipse to work with, so it's not over just yet, but the Rex, it's all but over for this building here. And one more lane for the side of USP, they're closing it in. 29k gold lead, just in line with the kills, and they've been playing quite a perfect game so far. A little bit of trolling, but exactly what we like to see. And yeah, here comes the hits onto the tower. What can they do? The supports are gone. That's a huge part of the control gone, and Riprat, nothing to fear. Maybe should be a little bit though, but so much slow once again coming out. And the Infest out onto this Venomancer. He's just regenning up. Look at this Lifestealer, back to full HP as well. And the stun coming out. This Luna doesn't have the shot to work with. Ooh, got him chest. Getting hit up. And here comes USP. Washed up with that Venomancer ulti. He ends up dying for it, but tags all of them and got him chest. You can't heal through this, my friend. But doesn't have the BKB. But nice little imprison. And with the shot, you gotta keep him alive for now. Riprat, he's gonna be A-okay. And the Infest into the Necro. Insult the injury. Fiend's Grip to close the deal onto this Dragon Knight. It's 2 versus 5 at this moment. And this Luna's cowering in the base. Because all she can do is hope she won't die from that venomous, rather poison Nova. She survives. But now, this is the last stand from the side of RC4. What can they do here? XL, still very strong. And the BKB pops immediately. And this Ogre is gone. And so is Boo Boo. Imprisons up the Luna, forces her to watch as her support dies, and Riprat pops out, finishes them off, and that is the game. GG on the side of USP, just makes it look easy. And RC4, they suffer yet another loss here. A bit unfortunate for them. Or not yet another loss, but they suffer their second loss, and USP make it a positive record, now going up 2-1.
Man, this game, if I was on RC4, I just want to shit in my hands and clap, you know. Just clean up the mess while I play this game.
That's a good old Jerry saying right there. The shit in your hands and clap. Of course, no shitting in any hands whatsoever. The only thing that got shit on is RC4 in this game, which is unfortunate for them because I really wanted to see a bit, and we did see it, right? I feel like Slimy Ball, even though he didn't have the best game, he tried his best to claw it back, but I feel like the support, like they just drafted themselves into a bit of a corner. They literally could not do anything.
Yeah, there wasn't much you could do. I mean, either way, the only thing they could do, the only fights they could win were when Grimshaw got his outlaw on two heroes, usually the OD and the Rubik, and they just burst them instantly. But in their last fight, they just couldn't do much, especially with the Life Stealer having his BKB. I don't think there was a second in the top fight where he wasn't magic immune. Like, he just rages, BKBs out, and it comes out the out, rages again. There's nothing they can do to him. He just destroys.
And it ends up like, it makes us look like goddamn fools, right? Because we're like, oh, Life Stealer, what are you gonna do, bro? And he just literally does not care at all, just like gets away from that scot-free. Makes it look easy too. So we're just like idiots.
Wreck-It Ralph cosplayer, just beating buildings.
Yeah, literally. And then he go inside people and beat them. So that's a COVID-19 Omicron cosplay right there.
That's Juggernaut cosplay, man.
Not very Omni Slash, right?
Shit. What a game though. Really well executed from USP. I thought they were, I don't know, I had the impression that they weren't gonna do that well. You know, but damn, they really just stomped this.
Yeah, and I mean, at the end of the day, okay, I mean, is there any particular stat you want to look at? Because I feel like, I want to see the Veno. Yeah, 41k damage on this Veno. Come on, bro.
Ugh. Disgusting.
This is like the perfect Veno game. Like, every Venomancer's dream is like, okay, you get into this game, right, where you can literally just do whatever you want. It doesn't even matter. Like, even if you, like, kind of, they can't run away from you, right? They don't have any sort of mobility whatsoever, and they're just straight up suffering, right?
Yeah, there's nothing they can do. They have no way to purge it off. No Lotus up except for Necrophos. You know, and I think this is one of the issues with picking your supports first. You have, if they had the point, like if they had picked the Abaddon, you know, later on, they could have done so much more. An Abaddon, even like an LC support, for shits and giggles, right?
Yeah, for sure.
They have done way more. Like, honestly, an LC support, as stupid as it sounds, not the worst pick.
Alright, now you're just